All right. Overwatch 2 Season 9 tier list. Yep, from GM tank perspective. So let's go see which ones are OP and which ones you should not play in ranked. All right. Yep. Let's go see. Well, let's start things off with Zen. Everybody knows this guy is yeah, D. Yeah, I'm just kidding. S. OP, the most OP support in the game. And he's the best tank, so yeah, this guy is S tier. The boy Mauga, where's Mauga? Probably like D. I think Mauga is at the bottom there. That's two sides of the spectrum. Hog can go hang out with Mauga eating some barbecue because they both get barbecued by everybody. DPS passive, minus 20% healing. These characters revolve around healing as their main survivability source. Not good. Bastion, I would say Bastion's like a B. He's not super strong, but I don't think he's that terrible. Especially since a lot of people are using Sig. Yeah, I think we'll leave him there for now. Cass, honestly, felt kind of A. He has good stopping power for Tracer. Dinks do a lot of damage. I think he was feeling pretty good on A. Winston, I want to put Winston in S, but I mean, he does get good value, but then I don't know. S Winton. I mean, I feel like Winton's pretty strong. I think he's pretty strong. But is he S worthy? Because, I mean, people that played Ball, right? I think Ball's really strong as well. But then Winston can be like used just as like effective depending on like how good you are, right? Like, yeah, you not might be able to kill the Ball with Winston. Ball has a better 1v1. But the bubble on engages. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna do this. People can hate me because I'm a Winton main nowadays, but we're gonna put the Winton up in there for now. We can adjust it. We can adjust it later. Zarya, I think is only good against certain situations. Probably like C. I don't think Zarya is that good. Like, you can play Zarya into like maybe a Queen rush comp, but even then for like bubbles, still feel like you just don't get the same amount of value. Ryan is D for death. Honestly, Ryan is down there as well. I mean, these are all these are all terrible. You pick one of these, then it's over. Like, okay, if they pick Zarya, then maybe Ryan can work, right? But then you just get discorded, and then I think Zarya still gets more value. I think Ryan is still down there in D. Doomfist. Good with dive, but not as good as the other two dive characters. So you think he's C as well? I mean, they're both, yeah, I guess they're both pretty bad. But then who am I gonna be putting in like beats here? Diva for sure is going in S. I think Diva is one of the other like all of these can like be used to like counter each other. And yeah, I thought that Sigma and Ramattra were like the best, but after playing a little bit, I think that they're like A. But the hard dive is just better. Like, before I was thinking Sigma and Ramattra were both in S tier, but I think honestly that they're both in A. Because if they go Sigma, you can like Winston dive if you're playing dive with Zen. Because like even in like the Zen whatever comps. It's like Briggs, and you can do like ball dive, and that beats the Sig, I think. So I'm thinking Ramattra and Sig are both they got downgraded. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought Ramattra was OP, but okay. Junker Queen. Ooh. B. You think she's as good as these guys? Because wherever Junker Queen goes, I think that's where Orisa goes as well. I think Orisa for sure is A. But Junker Queen is probably B. You have Shout for an engage, but I don't think you survive. Like, I think a Ram Rush is better than a JQ Rush. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think that for now is probably what I think for the tanks. All of the tanks. Where's Tracer? Did I already put Tracer in? No. Tracer, definitely S. Tracer's definitely S tier. Honestly, Lucio, I think Lucio's pretty S tier as well. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I think that guy is up there. Alari, pretty bad. Probably D. How? Playing with Frogger, doing like the rush comps, like, yeah, if you can play the Zen comps are always better, but if you don't have a Zen player and you need to do a hardcore rush, then Lucio's fine to get on top of Zen and just destroy him. So it has worked. Yeah, I mean, this is from my experience. I mean, we haven't played, haven't done scrims, right? So I don't know, like in a scrim world, but at least in comp, if you don't have a Zen player, but at least you have a Lucio, you can just like hard int and get onto this guy with speed, right? And it has worked out pretty well. And honestly, even in some comps, it's like a Lucio Zen comp, and that works. Yeah. BAP. I kind of want to put BAP up here as well. I think BAP's like one of the other strongest. Brig is kind of locked into playing with Zen, but not super terrible. Especially against all like the dive. I think I put Brig in A. You think B? I think Brig is B. I honestly, there is a case for Brig on B. The only comps that Brig is good on is Brig Zen comp. But no, Brig is B, man. Brig is A. No, I'm for it. Mercy, I think, is like C or B. Definitely better than Alari. Maybe not all the way in C. Yeah. I mean, Moira, as much as I hate Moira is pretty decent into like the rushes. So it's either B or A. Like, I'll always choose any other support over Moira. But Moira is at the lowest B, potentially A. I'll put her in B just because I want any of these other supports. But Moira isn't that bad. Might actually move her up. I don't know. See, let's do some other of the DPS. Sojourn. Probably S. Widow. I think Widow, no matter what, I'm always just gonna put an S because a good Widow dominates lobbies. So with her still being able to one-shot, all the other heroes can't one-shot, like Hanzo can't one-shot. So I think he drops to like B tier. Maybe even lower. A Widow is definitely in up there. Mei in S. I don't think Mei's S, but I'd put Mei in A. Definitely good with like the rush comps, right? If you're doing Ramatra Sig, but if you're running like a dive, you're not going to be using Mei. And a Mei comp is only good if you're playing against one of these tanks that can get eaten. But with these high mobility tanks, you're not going to be able to wall one of those off. So yeah, I think Mei is for sure in that lineup. Pharah, probably down here C with Mercy. They can go chill together. Pretty bad. Don't really want to be picking those ones. Torb. Torb to counter flanks plus 400 health when you hit Molten Core or your like overload. Like I'd even I could put him in A. B. He's either B or A. Yeah, maybe B. Torb does not die in a 1v1. Put him in A. I mean, I can do that. Lifeweaver. I think Lifeweaver gets better value than Mercy, but no, I don't know. I think he's probably still down there. Yeah, at least. Do you think Lifeweaver is B tier? I don't think so. I'm gonna stick it with that. He's in C for sure. Because he's not D tier, right? Like Alari just gets jumped on. Pylon doesn't really do much against like the dive, Discord, whatever. Lifeweaver, at least you can have a pedal to survive. But I think the other utility, like it's just not up there. Ana though, I think Ana can be good. Definitely not S. Like Ana is like a B plus to potentially like if you're a god with Ana and you play off antis, then you can get it to A. But is Ana worth putting in A? It's like one of these. I think Ana and Kiri are kind of the same. Yeah, I think I'll always just put A for Ana. Yeah. Like Ana, you have to have the playstyle of just like farming nanos off of the Discord target and then going in with nano. So we'll put Ana in A, definitely not S, worthy. Could have an argument for B, but we'll leave her in A. Kariko takes 3 shots to kill somebody now for their health, so it's no longer the 2-tap. So Kiri maybe drops to B because of that. Has survivability. Or Kiri's in A as well. Definitely not S. Yeah. Gets way more value by Ana. Kiri's B minus at best. Yeah. She does have survivability. That is true against like the dive. Like maybe they're both here. I like Ana, so I guess we'll just always put her there. Junkrat, oof, yeah, Junkrat is definitely I think like C, and then Symmetra probably in like D tier. Or Sim. Yeah, I think Sim is probably like one of the worst DPS. Junkrat is still pretty free, but I still think I'd rather have a Junkrat because of Tyre than Symmetra with her wall into like a dive, because wall doesn't really get used that well and you don't have a good survivability. I think Ashe is A. I think Echo. I put Echo in B just because of the hitbot, like the projectile increase. But I don't know, like you could do this, but I've only played with like one good Echo recently. But they did farm, but that's kind of like, I don't know, it's maybe skewering. Echo's probably B. You put Ashe's A with dive tanks. Procking the TNT is like a full man anti, and you have your coach gun with when timed right, you can counter a lot of the engages. You think Ashe is with B? I mean, I could see it. Not opposed to putting Ashe in B. Sombra? I think Sombra's A for sure, though. If not S tier as well. Yeah. I think Sombra's good. Sombra's pretty good, but depending on what you're rolling with. Like, definitely, Sombra's definitely better than all of these DPS. Because Virus plus the 20% reduced healing, like, you pretty much just destroy somebody when you get the combo on. Like, I haven't had any problems with, like, doing a Winston or ball dive with a Sombra and kind of countering a Zen pretty easily. Comp dependent? Yeah. Definitely at the bottom. Definitely at the bottom of A. Reaper? Probably, like, B as well. I don't think Reaper's that good. But he's above Junkrat. But against Zen, we can just counter his old ulti easy. Yes, they're getting close. He just gets Discord and poked out. I think Reaper loses a lot of his value. Because you can't really just like insta-gib somebody anymore. And yes, he gets in so close where it's just like there's no way you're getting value with that. Yeah, you can still rock in the rush comp. So guys, it's all like a lot of these are like comp dependent, right? But yeah. I think Genji. Honestly, I think maybe just both of these go in friggin' B tier. Genji and Soldier. I could see Genji in like A, but it's only like because of the good Genjis. Soldier definitely B. Because he's for sure just gets dove. But Genji, I could put in B or A and be happy with it. Yeah. I think Soldier's better than Sombra. Do you think Sombra goes down to B and then Soldier goes to A? Yeah, I've never really been scared of like a Soldier. But like if you're playing ball, you have Tracer Soldier. Like if Soldier knows how to flank, but he's gonna be the one that getting jumped on. I don't know. I haven't played Soldier yet, so I don't know how he feels. I've played a couple of the other DPS, but honestly, I think yep. I think this is pretty good. I think it's a pretty solid tier list for since what? How long has it been? 3-4 days since the season came out. I think it's pretty fair. Covers mostly everything. Yeah. There you go. This is what it is. Season 9, the best tier list out there. Pick your character. Don't pick Malga, Hog, Ryan if you're a tank player, Alari if you're a support, and Symmetra if you're a DPS. Unless you want to drop your rank and go hang out with the bronzies. It's a lot of S tiers. Yeah, it is kind of a lot of S tier. Because I mean, they can't always have all the best heroes, but I think a majority of them are like S to B, right? So at least this is like a decent spread of like decent heroes you can get value with, and there's only some that are just gonna be awful. Winston's really that strong? I feel like Winston's really strong. Since I like play Winston, at least like I'm biased because I know how to play him, so I feel like I get more value than maybe someone that doesn't, right? Like he has, yeah, his health or damage increase helps him build his ult super fast. Plus, a couple patches ago, they made it so his zap goes through armor. It counts as the same for damage. So it's like you can shred a lot of the armor targets, like Zen, Brig, and stuff pretty easily. And with like bubble and stuff, you still have like really good, like, I don't know, dive potential to like jump on somebody that can't get healed. You have some peel. Yeah. So, I mean, Winston could be A, right? But since I'm a Winston player, we're putting him in S, and that's, yeah. Yeah, but you have to know how to play Winston. Like, he's probably one of the most skill-dependent characters out there. All right, yep. There we go. That's our tier list. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube, and till the next YouTube video. Yep. Peace. Bye-bye.